There's a road outside my window that I've traveled many times, and the dust has settled heavy on these old worn boots of mine. The years keep rolling forward like the wheels beneath my feet, but I'm standing at this crossroads where the past and present meet. And I wonder where I'm headed when the sun begins to fall, if these boots will find their purpose, or if I'll just walk it all. Every mile behind me whispers, every step ahead unknown. With this dust upon my leather, I'm just trying to find my home. Used to think I had direction, had a plan laid out so clear, but the map got torn and weathered by the storms I've weathered here. Now the compass in my pocket spins around without a guide, and I'm learning that the journey is a truth I've tried to hide. And I wonder where I'm headed when the sun begins to fall, if these boots will find their purpose, or if I'll just walk it all. Every mile behind me whispers, every step ahead unknown. With this dust upon my leather, I'm just trying to find my home. Maybe home ain't just a place that you can mark upon a map. Maybe it's the peace you carry when you learn to bridge the gap between the person that you were and who you're meant to be. With every footprint in this dirt, you're writing history. So I'll keep these boots laced tightly, and I'll walk another day. Trust the road will show its meaning in its own peculiar way. For the dust tells quite a story of the ground I've covered well, and each grain holds a memory that my heart knows how to tell. Now I know where I'm headed when the sun begins to fall. These old boots have found their purpose in the walking after all. Every mile behind me whispers, every step ahead my own. With this dust upon my leather, I'm already coming home. Haven't seen your truck in months, but I keep the light burning. Same old spot by the mailbox where you used to park after work. Times were simpler then, I guess, before the plant shut down, before you packed up Sarah and the kids. Got your number in my phone still, having everything to call you. Pride's a heavy thing to carry, but I'm getting tired of the weight of this will never. The road is taking you, porch lights on should you come around. Remember fixing that old fence, cursing at the barbed wire, sharing beers when we were done, talking about our fathers, how we'd do things different, how we'd be the ones to stay. Guess we both know how that went. Got your number, the phone still. Heaven's price call you. Pride's a heavy thing to carry, something we can't name. Kids asking about their cousin, don't know what to say. Baby, time's the only healer. Maybe we're too old to change, but that light keeps burning away. Saw your mama at the store. She said you're doing fine. Got a job up in Michigan, working assembly line. I asked her for your address. She just smiled and shook her head. Some things can't be borrowed back. Still got your number in my phone. Think I might press call. Pride's a heavy thing to carry, and I'm tired of the wait. If you're listening from wherever life is taking you, porch lights on should you come around. Yeah, the light's still on should you come around. There's an old blue truck sitting in my yard. Paint's all faded, engine won't start. Daddy bought it back in '63. Now it's all that's left of him and me. That old blue truck ain't going nowhere. Rust and time that just don't care. But I can't bring myself to let it go. That old blue truck's all I know. That old blue truck's all I know. We hauled hay bales every summer day. Fixed the fence post when the wind would play. He'd tell me stories as we drove around. Now silence is the only sound. That old blue truck ain't going nowhere. Rust and time, late time just don't care. But I can't bring myself to let it go. That old blue truck's all I know. Sometimes I sit behind that wheel and close my eyes and feel his calloused hands upon my own, teaching me I'm not alone. Neighbors say I ought to sell for parts, but they don't understand what's in my heart. That truck's the bridge between his world and mine. Some things you just don't leave behind. That old blue truck ain't going nowhere. Rust and time, this mine it just don't care. But I can't bring myself to let it go. That old blue truck's all I know. That old blue truck's all I know. There's an old blue truck sitting in my yard. There's an old blue truck sitting in my yard. Static fades in, then a song comes through.
same one that played when I was with Yam. Radio plays that song we had. Your voice still echoes in my head, wishing I could take back what I said. The dashboard's cracked, the seats are warm, but this old radio keeps me warm. That old trucker radio keeps singing our tune every evening underneath the moon. Takes me back to when you were mine, before I crossed that bitter line. That old truck radio won't let me be, playing back our history. I drive these back roads every night, searching for something to make it right. Preacher talks about second chances, but I can't for last glance. When you walked away from this front porch, left me holding just a dying torch. That old truck radio keeps singing our tune every minute underneath the moon. Takes me back to when you were mine, before I crossed that bitter line. That old truck radio won't let me be, playing back our history. Should have been took you by the hand, should have kept my promises true. Now all I got is me and you on this old truck radio. Every station tells the same sad story of a man who lost his only glory. But I keep it tuned to where we started, when we were young and broken hearted. That old radio keeps singing our tune every evening underneath the moon. Takes me back to when you were mine, before I crossed that bitter line. That old truck radio won't let me be, playing back our history. Static fades, but the hurt stays true. Same old song, same thoughts of you. Static hums on 9:30, watching faces that ain't mine. Remote controls warm, smooth and thin, from all the nights I've sat and unsettled in. The weatherman just told his lies about tomorrow's clearer skies. I'm living in a box of light, where stories play from day to night. None of them know my name, and I'm the only one to blame for choosing walls instead of doors. Remember when we used to talk, before I learned this silent walk? Now conversations come in waves, through speakers that don't want to know my ways. Space was the empty space, so drills to distant chase, where stories played from day to night. But none of them know my name, and I'm the only one to blame for choosing walls instead of doors. where people answer when life calls. I've grown comfortable and small behind this electronic crawl. The test pattern's my lullaby, stars and bars that hypnotize. Another day dissolved, next to black, while I sit here and gone. I'm living evenings, cut a box of life where stories play from day to night, but none of them know my name. I'm the only one to blame for choosing in walls instead of doors, and I'm the only channel to blame, choosing walls instead of doors. Static hums on, same old chair, same old